I'm Lizzie.
And I'm Melanie.
We have a lot going on today. Melanie has a story that's so exciting, I can't even. Melanie, you can tell that story.
Right before COVID hit, Lizzie and I did an Instant Pot and Pot video. And I used the Koysas brand pot and pot. And Brian, the owner of the company, contacted me. He had seen our video. And through that, he sent us some products. Today, Lizzie is going to show you the products.
I got a lot of products here, but the one I'm most excited about, which will be more practical post-COVID, is the carry case. Let me show you the box. Can you see that?
Yes, lift it up just a little bit, Lizzie. A little bit more. There you go.
The reason that excites me so much is because Melanie lives a distance from me. It's about a 30-minute drive. And I have to haul all my stuff, and that's a chore. But now, this is so cool, I can't tell you. And let me show you what it can hold. It's got this lid part, right? And you can keep, this comes with it, a tempered glass lid. So if you're cooking yogurt or proofing bread or something that just doesn't need the pressure cooker lid, then you put this on it, and that's really cool.
Awesome.
It also comes with this. This is really great because you can put it right on, actually, let me show you. So this is really cool because if you have something in here, you know, food, and you want to put it away, in the past, I would use my tempered lid, but I like this so much better for putting food in the fridge, and you just, you know, snap it on like that. And they both go, we're bringing this back, I'm bringing it back. Yeah. Boys, is the lid, right? You can put stuff in here. It's got a little zipper case, so there's room for stuff in there. Comes with two straps, actually, a shoulder one or a hand one, which you can snap it together. And then there's the lid for my Instant Pot, and the Instant Pot goes in here. Just so you can see, I'm going to just lift it up partially so you can see that it's in there. It really, in spite of what it looks like right now, it's a super easy fit. Yeah, there it is. It just goes right in with no effort. Like, it was so easy. And the thought of going back to my car to go to Melanie's house to make a video is really exciting. In the box, see this nice little packet it comes in. It's really nice. The other thing he sent us is everything that you just saw, the lids, plus sealing rings. And I want to talk to you for a moment about sealing rings. Can you see?
Yes.
They're actually red, white, and blue, which is kind of cool. Here comes the true confessions, and I'm not super proud of this. This is the first time I've changed my sealing ring. So I've tried cleaning it with vinegar and pressure cooking, and I just kind of ignored it and got through it. But now you could have one for sweet and one for savory, or just your three to go through, however you want to do it. I plan on doing sweet and savory, although I've not made anything sweet yet in my Instant Pot. Actually, applesauce, that would be sweet. These are really cool, and it fits really nicely. I don't know if you ever want to see a quick video on how to put those in, message below. And this is just the rings. It comes separately, so you can get them all together. You can get just the rings if you need it. And last but not least is the Koysas pot and pot. And in the last video, when we were actually together pre-COVID, Melanie made lima beans, quinoa, and mixed vegetables in her pot and pot. And today she's going to make red beans and rice, which is super exciting. So this comes with two insert pans, this little carrying thing, and this, which is a silicone trivet mat. So when you take it out of the pot with this super cool carry handle, you can put it right on that. We have a really big surprise for you, and we will talk about it at the end of this video, so stay tuned. These are really good quality products. Like, I was excited. I loved your pot and pot. I have a pot and pot. We made dumplings, which we'll be doing a video on sooner than later. These are good. Everything about, there's not one product that I haven't liked that I've tried.
I'm telling you, the quality is there. I'm big on quality, and that's the reason I picked the Koysas, because the stainless steel that he uses is the same stainless steel that they use in the Instant Pot. Today, I will be making red beans and rice, and this is going to be really interesting because Lizzie's going to be beside me on Zoom, and I'm going to be doing it on another camera and this camera, and we'll see how it goes, but we'll have fun. And that's
we're winging it.
Here is the pot and pot, which I'm very excited about. We will begin by sauteing these ingredients here. I'm going to turn on the saute button on the Instant Pot, which is right there. I'm going to add just a little bit of water because I don't use oil for sauteing, I use water. So I'm going to put just a little bit of water in the bottom of the Instant Pot.
Do you wait for it to get hot when you put on saute, or do you just go right away?
I think Lizzie and I both can admit that we both
we pretty much go. It will say hot. Usually I'm halfway through sauteing before it says hot.
You can saute before it says hot.
We just put in our 1/2 cup of onion, which when I say 1/2 cup, I want you to mound the onion. So a heavy 1/2 cup or a scant 3/4 cup. Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
Okay, so we've got a 1/2 cup of onion going into the Instant Pot to saute.
Are you going to saute that till it's translucent, or?
Yeah, probably I would guess 5 minutes maybe, 5 to 7
Okay.
minutes. You can time it, Lizzie. A 1/2 cup of bell pepper. Bell pepper is diced, the onion is chopped, and then we have a 1/2 cup of chopped celery. And there we go. Okay, we've got the celery and the onion and the bell pepper sauteing away. And we're going to add in the garlic. There we are. And we'll let that saute for a few minutes and we'll add in the other ingredients. The next thing I'm going to add are the red beans. And this started out as 1 cup of beans and I soaked them overnight. And for the pot and pot, I do recommend soaking overnight just because you're not going to be able to add as much water if you had unsoaked. Here we go. No, we don't. This was supposed to go into the pot and pot, which I can totally do now, but I meant to take the onion, celery, bell pepper, and garlic out and put it in here, and I'm so used to doing it that way that I made a goof. But now I will fix that goof and put this in the pot and pot.
The catch.
Here we go. All right.
So the pot pot has 2 different containers, so you can do 2 different things at one time.
Exactly. In a minute, I will get the rice, and we will add the rice into the other container.
If you hadn't soaked the beans first, then is it possible or probable that the rice and beans wouldn't cook simultaneously? Or one wouldn't be ready?
Exactly. The beans would take longer, and therefore your rice would probably overcook. And I just don't think you would be able to add enough liquid to the pot and pot to make the beans cook. Does that make sense? I made sense. Yay, good. I will show you what else goes into the red beans. You are going to want it to just cover your beans. So that is about 2 cups of broth. So I have everything nicely covered, if you can see. And then I am going to add 1/8 teaspoon of cumin. Now you can definitely put more than this, do it to taste, but I just like red beans a little bit on the simple side. Scant eighth teaspoon of cayenne pepper, light on the cayenne, especially if Lizzie were coming over.
Right, because I like only a scant amount.
If that.
Scant to none.
I put in 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Salt to taste. I do about, I would guess 12. Lizzie, are you counting?
No.
I didn't count either.
It needs a fair amount of salt.
It
Is that
definitely needs a good bit of salt. Beans just seem to just suck up salt like nobody's business. And then I do a decent amount of pepper. I almost kind of cover the whole top with pepper because my husband loves pepper. Then you just mix it all up. And we will set this aside for a moment. And I'll be right back with the rice. For the other side of the pot, the second pot of the pot and pot, we're going to add 1 cup of rice. This is short grain brown rice. I am also going to add 1.5 cups of water. Salt to taste. Now we get to the fun part. We get to put together the pot and pots. So you've got your red beans here, and they go on the bottom because they need to be the closest to the bottom of the Instant Pot. These need to cook a little bit more than your rice.
To the heat source, I guess, because it's
Yeah.
on the bottom?
Yeah, to the heat source. And then you put this on top. Then you put the lid on. And then you get this awesome little device. You put this right here and you bring it up, slide this under this, boom, you're ready to go. I'm going to show you something. I sauteed in the Instant Pot and you can see that I didn't clean it. And the reason I didn't clean it is because this is going to overflow a little bit. So you're going to get broth from the red beans, which will fall into here. The sauteing that we did is actually a good thing to have in there for flavor. And if your red beans get too dry, you can save this broth to thin them out. Now, here is another very important step that everyone needs to know. You can never pressure cook in the Instant Pot without a cup of water in the bottom of the liner. So even though you're cooking with this, you need this water in the bottom of the Instant Pot. So 1 cup of water in the bottom of the Instant Pot, and I'm going to rinse my little onions and bell peppers off the side a little bit so that they're down in the lovely water, which will turn to broth. And then you put the trivet in like this, and then you pop in the pot and pot. The pot and pot goes in the Instant Pot. Then we put the top on. Make sure it's in sealing position instead of venting. We are going to click pressure cook in this pot. Some pot, it says manual, and right now it's set for 30 minutes, and we're going to go down to 20. We wait for the red beans and rice. All right, Lizzie, we're going to move on to the next step of our red beans and rice. These are Beyond Meat sausages. Beyond Meat, I think it's Beyond Sausage. And this is the hot Italian link. And I cut them into little pieces. We are going to turn the Instant Omni Plus on to bake. We do have another video that shows you how to use the Instant Omni Plus. And we're going to bring it down to 12 minutes. I'm going to check them at 5 minutes, and I may flip them over at 5. It usually takes between 10 and 12 minutes when they're thawed out. You can also, my daughter does it all the time, cook them from frozen. And that takes about 20 minutes. So you can do it either way. And I think she does it on 375. The oven has preheated, and we're going to put the sausages in. And there we go. I almost always use a Silpat when I'm baking or cooking anything in the Omni Plus. It makes cleanup so much easier. The sausages are done. There they are. Nicely browned. The way we do this is we put them off to the side and add them to the beans after the beans are done. Some people cook them in with the beans. With the Beyond sausage, it tends to lose its crunchiness. I really like that crunch. We add them in right before we eat them. We just put them right into the bowl. The Instant Pot is finished cooking. Now we're going to let the pressure come down for 10 minutes. If the pressure hasn't released, we'll release the pressure at that point.
Looks like about 10 minutes to me.
Awesome. We're going to release the pressure. Here we go. We've got it on sealing. We're going to go to venting.
I tried that too.
Oh, you feel it, Lizzie? I have your bowl, Lizzie.
I know.
Oh no. I might have to find a substitute. I'll see if I can find one. They will pale in comparison.
You're sweet. I can hear that it's getting closer.
Yay! Pressure has been released. Now we get to see what the Instant Pot and Pot did. Pot and Pot. Here we are. Pull that apart like that. Lean it out. Pull this one over here. Pull it for the Pot and Pot. There are the beautiful red beans. They're absolutely gorgeous. Oh, they smell so good. The broth is not quite as thick as I would like. So what I do is I take a spoon and mash a few of the beans on the side, like so. And the other thing that will help thicken them up is If you cook them ahead of time and just let them sit, they'll thicken up that way as well. Now, the rice is perfect. Look at that. Fluffy, beautiful rice.
Perfect.
I will show you, if you can see in the bottom of the pot, there's just a little bit of broth left. If you keep your beans for a couple of days and they get a little too thick, save this and add it to it, and it will be delicious, and it'll make them nice and creamy again. I just need somebody to help me taste these. Who do you think I could get?
Don't know.
I think there's a New Orleans boy close by.
Brian.
I'll volunteer.
Okay.
Trooper, Richard.
Yes, this is my husband Richard, and he is from New Orleans.
They're hot.
They're really hot. Well,
Very good. You need a little salt. I like a lot of salt.
he does like a lot of salt.
And pepper. Might as well.
Now see, they're salty enough for me. Perfectly salted for me. I think they're delicious. Oh my goodness.
Very good.
Oh, these are really good. Oh
Wish I
my.
could be there to taste them.
I know, I wish you were here to taste them too, Lizzie.
Reminds me of being home. Thanks, honey.
You're very welcome.
Bye. Bye, Lizzie.
Bye, Richard.
Well, I wish I could have been there to taste that because that looks really delicious. And I do love red beans and rice, but I'm not. But it's surprise time. So we did say there'd be a surprise. Before I tell you what our surprise is, I just want to say that any products that Melanie and I discussed, we have not been paid for. It's exciting because this is the first time anyone's ever sent us anything, but these products are amazing. And I am not saying that because he gave them to us. He's not paying us. If we didn't like them, we wouldn't be doing this. But this is really cool, and you can steam with it, and you can double cook as you just saw, triple cook like in the other video. And so for the month of July, Brian is going to give you a 25% discount if you buy a pot and pot.
It's the best.
It's really cool. If you buy through our link, it is good until July 31st, 2020, 25% off.
Well, this was really fun. I
It
enjoyed
was fun. I thought it would be harder. It wasn't so hard.
it. That's it for this one, guys. And hopefully you'll see us together soon. If not, you'll see us again like this.
Please give us a thumbs up. Hit that little notification bell. Leave a comment.
Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.